What is happening? So we got a, this is a 2012 Ford Escape. It's got some really awful trailer wiring. It's got a, what do they call this stupid thing? Converter. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of anything like that in my life. Back in the old days, you hooked your trailer to the lights and that was that. Now they got these stupid converters because the system apparently can't handle the draw of a trailer. It sounds ridiculous to me, but anyways, let me show you what we got here. This thing, this is the power to the converter box. And there's no fuse in it because it keeps popping fuses, but look at this. I sincerely hope a shop didn't do this. This is absolutely ridiculous wiring. Look at resting on metal. You know, no protection. It's just flopping around. It's not attached anywhere. You wait till you see this, guys. This is insane. Look at this. Wires all hanging down. The box is right here, right under the rear wheel. The converter. And look at the wire. Are you friggin' kidding me? I might have to get you focused here. There we go, that's a little better. Look at it's hanging down. All the way down there. Gee, no wonder there's a short circuit. Look at this. Are you friggin' kidding me? Look, oh, they got one zip tie. Can you believe it? Wow. I've seen some bad stuff in my day. That's pretty bad. We gotta chase that short down. What we got? No. What? Oh. So what we got going on here is, yeah, we got the lovely Silverado up in the lift. So I'm back to using ramps again. And I'll tell you, these work a lot better out in the driveway. On smooth concrete, these things are a little sketchy. I was lucky I was able to get them on there because a lot of these new cars you can't get them on because these plastic thingamajigs here, they usually end up shoving them forward. But anyways, back to the task at hand. What I'm going to do is just start poking around before I do any testing. I'm going to look, it's got to be pretty obvious because as soon as you put the fuse in, it just goes up in smoke. So I think, do I need a creeper? Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt. I could find it. Yeah, it's a pretty tight squeeze in here. Just enough room. That board was a perfect length. Worked out pretty good. Get the old creeper. Oh, let's see what we got. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, I might not be able to get back up again. So, this is absolutely stupid. I can't believe someone did this. It's as if they just threw it on here to get something down the road. I mean, this is terrible. You know what I'm thinking? This doesn't look like it's been on here long enough to have a dead short in it, you know? Let's see. I bet you, I'm betting, if I was a betting man, that module back there is toast, because I think those things are supposed to be mounted on the inside. Oh, I'm going in the dirt. Going in the dirt. Oh, still moving though. Jeez Louise. It's sitting right on the upper control arm. Actually feels intact. Okay. Oh, now I'm stuck. Okay. Whoa. Careful. Get me out of here. Oh, boy. I don't really see anything obvious, you know? I think I would have seen something, but I mean, you know what I could do is, trying to decide. I'm thinking I'm going to rip that stupid thing right out of there anyways. I'm thinking I'm just going to cut the wire. If I cut the wire, going to the module, that'll, and if the short goes away, then pretty much tells you the module's junk. So I'm probably gonna end up cutting that thing out of there and wiring in this trailer direct. So, and we happen to have a trailer on board, conveniently, for testing purposes. So the story with this truck is, my neighbor actually just bought it, like literally a couple days ago. Probably should have brought it back to the guy he bought it from, but he wanted me to take a look at it, so for whatever reason, I don't ask, I just do what I'm told. We're right next to the battery, so I might as well do a continuity check to ground, I guess. This isn't gonna work being hooked up, is it? Nope, it is not. I'm gonna have to disconnect that wire. Don't touch it to ground, buddy. Okay, so I got that disconnected. Jeez Louise. Look at that. What the frig? Man, I've seen, this is probably the worst workmanship I have ever seen. It came from a car dealer, so a used car dealer, so kind of par for the course. I got a good ground there. You guys can't see the meter. Oh, my meter's flaking out on me because she's old. Come on, baby. Ah, you piece of crap. You guys can't really see. So, short to ground, yes or no? I'll try to hold this positive lead to the wire. Okay. As of right now, there is no short to ground. Well, see if my meter works. Indeed it does. So what I want to do, I hate to waste a fuse. Just gonna stick a fuse in there and touch it to ground. Maybe I move the wire and take it easy, meter. I just want to tear this whole thing out of here. I don't even want to really waste time troubleshooting this, to be honest with you. I don't think this system is even needed, really. I mean, it's a... The guy's going to be towing this little thing, which I got 2 lights on it. You know? I got one there and one on the other side. It's not like it's going to be drawing 15 amps. Well, that's a nice shape. Jeez Louise. Yeah. Gotta love it. Looks like it's hit a couple things. But yeah, it's just 2 of those lights. I mean, 5 amps with the brake light on if you're lucky. I don't even think it's close to it. It's probably more like 4. Anyway, got a decision to make here. Alright, so I'm gonna try something a little unorthodox here. Because I'm a cheap bastard. I don't want to waste fuses. Popping them left and right, so I don't know what you can see there, but I got an extremely thin copper wire. I took a couple strands out of a piece of wire, twisted them together, and joined them. So if I got a high current load here, it's just gonna make that thing glow and melt right through it pretty quick. So let's see what happens. Oh, probably want to get that away from the battery there. That's definitely not. Oop, yeah, we got fire and smoke. So there's something happening there. There's a short. Now why? Yeah, you know what? I'm getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of this unit. I'm willing to bet that this thing being out in the elements when it's supposed to be inside, the label says it should be mounted in a dry location. It's hanging down right here. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm gonna test this the right way. So what I did, I just disconnected. I just gave it a little tug, and she came right out. Non-waterproof, cheap Walmart connectors with electrical tape in New England. Great idea. So I'm gonna sacrifice a fuse here for the sake of a good video, and if this thing blows right now, then we know there's a short in the wire without a shadow of a doubt. So in goes the fuse. See if she goes up in smoke. Yeah, just like I thought. No sparks at all. There's not a single spark, so there's no current flow to, well, we'll prove that. So I could be potentially sacrificing a fuse here for you guys. Hope you enjoy this. No, I'm pretty confident there's no current flow. Okay, so I got my negative lead, and you see in the corner here, hooked up to the wire. I'm gonna take this guy and touch it to the battery right now. 0, no flow, proven. So, yeah, not a single, not even a millivolt. So, that's that. We're cutting that thing out of there, and we're gonna throw it right in the trash where it belongs. And when you're done doing amps, pull your lead out, put it back. Ask me how I learned this over the years. I've probably put 8 fuses in this over the course of 19, 20 years. Actually, it's 20 years old now. It's 2019, I can't believe it. Yeah, it's 20 years I've had this. Bought this when I started going to MMI in Phoenix, Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. So, she's been good. Done a lot of troubleshooting with that thing. I'm going to show you this. This should be pretty interesting. This is how not to wire something up, especially if you live in the northern part of the USA where it snows and you get road salt. This is just, you are asking for trouble doing this. There is no way the electrical tape is going to keep moisture out of here. Believe me. Nice. That was friggin' nice. Fantastic wiring job. I'm surprised that one's not all green and crusty. It's actually not in bad shape, but that's because it's up here under the hood and it probably hasn't been on here. Guarantee it hasn't been on here more than a year. That's for sure. It hasn't been on during the winter. I can tell. So literally 90 seconds after I shut the camera off the last time, I got this out of there. That's how poorly secured this thing was. I just pulled on one end, pulled it through the 3 zip ties total in the whole vehicle, and now I got some nice primary wire to use on something else down the road. Sweet. Okay, so we got it flipped around. Talk about cutting it close. That was a little nerve-wracking. I had to get the old tape measure out and make sure I had enough space. I actually ended up with a lot more than I had planned because of the angle of the truck, which worked out good. Sure. Time to play around with this rat's nest. This is going to be fun. But yeah, I just want to mention something. See now, that's got a regular 1197, I can't think, 1157 bulb. You know, well, it's not an 1157 because it's got the flat wedge base. So it's what, 35 or 34, 57. I can't keep track of these newfangled bulbs, but it's basically a dual filament bulb. So you got running lights, brake, and turn signal. Running lights, brake, and turn signal. So there's no need for a converter box because you don't have a separate turn signal from the brake. You know, like Toyotas have. They have the yellow, or some of the foreign cars, they'll have a yellow turn signal and the red brake light on 2 separate wires, so you have to run some type of converter box under there. This box here, I believe its sole purpose is to reduce the amperage draw of the trailer lights, and I don't think that's needed at all, to be honest with you. It's a 2012, I don't know. Well, we're gonna find out in a minute anyways. Got a new set of strippers. Boots, boots. Not those kind of strippers, these kind. Against my better judgment, I don't have safety glasses on. Probably should. That I have happening here. I gotta make heads of it. Oh, jeez Louise. Look at this crap. There's a green wire for the right tail light. And that's all half-assed wired up. I'm probably gonna have to pull the tail light and see how they connected this. There's the white wire. The white wire is going up here. Why is it going up here? Okay, I'm getting stuff in my eyes. Okay. I don't know what the hell they got going on here. I'm thinking I'm going to have to pull some taillights here. I'm pretty happy to see this. The actual Phillips screws on a light on a modern vehicle. Figured they'd be Torx or Allen at the very least. This actually makes it kind of easy. Curious. Alright, so I found the ground connection. It looks like they kind of did it right here. that white wire there. Have a good way to check the voltage drop on that. So I'm just going to take it off and re-sand it and stick it back on there. So here we are inside the right turn signal. It looks like this was actually done right. Aside from the wire just kind of flopping around. I don't really know how you could really secure that, but anyways, this has been done right. See, nice waterproof connection there. Looks like some type of adapter. It joins. Okay, this must be the factory plug, I would imagine. Yeah, it looks exactly like that one. So that's a factory plug. All right, now, okay, that's all well and good for the right side, but what about the left side? Yeah, okay, those are factory wires. So how was that thing even connected to the, how did the left turn signal even work? That's what I want to know. It's not even hooked up, it's hooked up to the right. Very strange, very strange. I gotta do some more tracing. So I got the box out of there, along with all the wire. And this was supposed to plug into the left side, and they just got it plugged into itself, going right back into the box. Man, talk about half-ass. I'm starting to think, I mean, look at these. You know, that's not something most backyard guys would have. That looks like something a shop would have. Did a shop really install this? That's kind of scary if they did, to be honest. I kind of, you know, I'm kind of a backyard guy myself here, but I don't do work like this. I wouldn't never let something leave like this. I'd be embarrassed. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's attached all well and good up here, and then they run it down. You know, this is the wire that's connected to the right light. I mean, you can't just zip tie the thing to a piece. Well, I guess plastic's better than metal, but still, you know, I would at least put some rubber in between there, inner tube or something. That's what I always do. Eliminates any problems, you know. I like to do a good job. At least I like to think I do. So, got a wiring diagram off BBB, but I didn't get it off the Autel. The Autel is giving me a hard time. I don't know why I even bother having Wi-Fi on this thing. So, I got the wiring diagram, so let's see what we got here. I almost screwed up. I almost thought the the running light wire was ground wire. That would have been catastrophic. This is right here, violet and white. That's this guy. Violet and orange. So those are the only two you got. Violet and orange is stop turn. That's already wired up, so I got to tap into that middle white wire. Actually, I have step-down connectors I can put there, waterproof ones. I'll do one of those. I'm going to have to run another wire down for the running. Actually, I'm trying to think of that. Yeah, I only need to get running lights from one side. Probably wouldn't hurt to grab it from both sides, considering look how thin this wiring is from the factory. It's ridiculous. That's probably why they have that box, because that's freaking stupid. That's got to be like 24 gauge wire. It's pretty small. Or 22, either way. We got this pretty tight. A bunch of rags up there. Trailer hitch is holding up the works here. Alright, so I guess I'll start cutting and hacking here. Alright, managed to find my step-down connectors. See the blue, got a blue stripe on one side, red stripe on the other. The blue stripe's for a little bit thicker wire. I think it says it right on there. 14 to 16 gauge, and the red one is 18 to 22 small gauge wire. So I'm going to try to get both ends of that middle white wire inside the blue here, see what happens, and then I just ran this running light wire. Brown is running with trailers. The way I always remember it is green has an R in green, that's the right side. Yellow has a couple L's in it, that's the left side. So yellow is left, green is right. Brown is running, and white is ground. So you just have to get the brown and the white straight in your head there. But that's how I always remember it, and that's how GM used to wire their lights. It was always same as a regular trailer. That must have been what it was based off of back in the day. It's kind of crappy wire. I'll cut a little bit off of that. Oh, my wire cutter's going. Ah, come on, man. I'm losing my tools. That's out. I'm gonna crimp that on there, but before I do that, I'm gonna make sure I can fit these in there. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to come up with a plan B. Oh, now you did it. Okay. Crimpers. Anybody? Got them. Okay. Still not real big fan of this. It's got like a brownish tinge to it. I don't like that. I want to cut some more off of this. I don't like it. You can only cut so much, you know? Yes, sir. Got running lights. Let's see if we can do this without burning the truck down. Look out. Sputtering piece of crap. I've dropped it on the floor 100 times. I'm sure that hasn't helped things. Too many wires in the way. I'm gonna burn something. Okay. Put that there so it doesn't melt anything. Looks good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we're done over here. I'm just gonna let that cool a little bit before I throw this light back on. Okay, so we got right side. I just gotta hook that green wire up to this green wire here. I'm gonna have to get rid of a lot of excess here. I cut it right at the module, so I'd have plenty. I got plenty. Got enough to go all the way back to the front, I think. You guys are balancing by a thread. Don't fall. I thought this was plastic for a minute. This metal is so crappy. Nice. There's bank and turn. Oh, that's a nice little plane. I have no idea what kind of plane that was, but that was pretty nice. Ah, boy, I wish I was up there. I want to fly, man. So, okay, I gotta get a ring terminal. Did I feed the white wire up here? I thought I did. Probably fall back down again. Nope, I did not. Just sitting here in a spaghetti mess of wiring. Why can't I find anything? Jeez, that's not very good looking either. Black. I had a hard time keeping my tools together today. Okay, it's not the best, but better than it was. Just gonna bend that over. Get my little terminal in there. Get my fancy crimpers here. Oh, bones are cracking. Yep, that's on there good. Close that up a little bit so my tool can reach it. Beautiful. This back in here. I'm just doing this first so I have something to ground to because I want to test my other wires before I start getting hard wild here. Explains why I couldn't find my ratchet because I didn't use one. Okay. Get some AMSOIL metal protector. Give it a fighting chance, I guess. Okay, ground's done. Alright, there's the yellow. Do a preemptive strike and knock 6 inches off of that. Need my fancy connectors. I don't like that, it's like a freaking brown. This wire is crap. I have no wire left. Keep cutting it. I already cut foot off it. It ain't getting any better. It's gonna have to do. Okay, wiring diagram. This is the left rear. Gray and brown. Oh boy, now you wrecked it all. It's never gonna work again. Okay, I'll combine these two. Actually, I didn't even really need to use a step-down connector here because these wires are so friggin' thin. It's ridiculously thin. Two of these together is like an 18 gauge wire. It's ridiculous. That's what I hate about auto manufacturing today. They just cut so many corners. You wonder why they have the problems they have. If they use the wire they used back in the 70s on these cars, you wouldn't have half the problems. Okay, get that done. Before I heat shrink that, I want to test this. Okay, I got the ground wire hanging on by a thread. Running lights are on. Yay, good deal. Okay, so we got running lights. So we gotta get into this green wire here somehow. Sweet. And the light's working. Now we gotta do left turn. I got you guys on a ladder and I'm walking underneath the ladder back and forth. Something bad's gonna happen. And left turn. Beauteous. I can hear it beeping, I know it's good. Sweet. Ford music. If I just breathe on this camera, it's gonna go down. So I gotta be careful not to kick this ladder. Oh, piece of crap. Alright, that is that. Alright, that's done. Now it's just a matter of putting all this back together and rerouting the wiring mess we got down here. And we'll be golden. What a disaster. Fussed and fussed with that shot. Just can't get it any better. Alright, I'm gonna redo all this. This is stupid. I just pulled this off the module. Thought this was interesting. Mount converter module inside the tow vehicle or in a protected area similar to a vehicle interior. Failure to mount the module in a protected area can cause loss of warranty, product failure, including lamp malfunction, overheating, and potential fire. See? Important. Battery connection must be fuse protected 10 amp max. So, that's exactly what happened. Blew the fuse. Fire! That's a great symbol right there. I love that. Watch out. It's even better when the fire's on a guy's back, the little stick figure, and he's running. That cracks me up. Anyways, so that's that. Somebody mounted it outside the vehicle. I'm probably going to cut this open. I think we're going to do that later. That is the new wiring. It's a little bit better than it was. Get that all routed there, pretty nice. Sweet. This thing is done. Got the hitch right there. That's it, we got running lights. Kind of dim, but they're working. Doing that weird fast blink. That might be, it only does it on one side.
The other side don't have the fast blink.
Yeah, that's weird. Doing that double hit thing. Oh, now it's blinking normal. Yeah, so it's all the bad connection at that plug right there. So, well, at least they're working. So I cut it open. Didn't look as bad as I thought, but yeah, you can see something got in there. It was packed in there pretty good with stuff. You'd think it'd be waterproof, but I guess wherever a wire goes in, and there's a place for moisture to get in too. It smells burnt though, that's for sure. It smells like there was a fire in here. Let's see if I can get this part off. Yeah, that's as far as I'm gonna go with it. I got stuff to do and I get in there about as far as I want to get. Definitely stinks, so something kind of looks burnt there. I mean, it's hard to tell because I use a cookie to cut through it. It smells like burnt electronics for sure, so something got hot in there. Either way, neighbor's got lights again. So that's that. Don't Mickey Mouse your wiring. Do a good job, damn it. We got the wiring done. Did the best job we could. Secure the wiring, you know, didn't do a half-ass job like whoever did that. That was crazy. Far be it for me to rip on anybody else, but that was bad. That was super bad. I'd be embarrassed to let that leave my shop. I would never let something leave like that. But anyways, this has gone on long enough. We will see you on the next one.